The storming of Gamergate drew our collective attentions to many newfound adversaries some of us might have been previously ambivalent to, but who thereafter we could never quite perceive the same way again. Kotaku went from harmless weeaboo weeablog to Patricia Hernandez's menstrual memoir, Gama Sutra from a tech blog with a gimmicky name to the Dr. Evil of the fucking internet. Fuck, even IGN rain danced the fuck off the reservation. To jaded jackasses like myself, it was about as surprising as a fucking sunrise, but to many of you, I recognize it was like finding out you've been living next door to Jeffrey Dahmer, only as they're hauling out the oil drums full of sapien stew. I don't know whether to be freaked out or insulted he didn't pick me. And then there's Ben Kuchera's cocksock known as Polygon. Oh, they've been busy little beavers low these intervening years. But I'm sure the moment I mention Polygon, you're asking, oh, what the fuck did they do now? Well, let me lay out this Machiavellian plot for you. Are you ready? Okay, here goes. PewDiePie, the biggest YouTuber since the advent of the jump cut, did the same thing he always does. PewDiePie didn't even make an anti-Semitic joke here. He reacted to someone else's, and Polygon and Kotaku, true to shit-eating form, were on it like a panther on a chihuahua, penning double-think pieces on the subject almost before PewDiePie's public video addressing the situation at its first fucking thumbs up. They were locked and loaded, which is your first clue these fuckers were waiting in the wings to drop this dude. And it's not fanboy compulsion that prompts me to proffer this defense. For the record, I find PewDiePie about as funny as a Jonestown wine tasting. If you want to witness one of the stoniest of stone faces treat me to a PewDiePie video, you'll hear more belly laughs in the ass cancer ward at the Mayo Clinic. I gain nothing by defending him on account of I'm not acquainted with the fucker, and defending someone that huge will invariably get me motherfucked by half the population of the planet, but fuck it! He did nary a fucking thing wrong here, and I ain't about to pretend he did. Look, I don't know the fucker. Maybe he's made out of swastikas, but shrieking about relatively tame off-color jokes at his detractors' expense, thinly veiled references to Jews. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if he was singing I'm a Jew, abadi abadai. Either you want free speech or you prefer the pay-as-you-go model. And if anyone's ever bought anything from a rent-to-own place that didn't wind up fucking him in the ass, speak now, or forever hold your piece of shit lazy boy at a perfect 45-degree angle so it doesn't snap the fucking half. Every time the jackbooted jagoffs of the modern authoritarian left kick up a censorious shitstorm, I recall a political cartoon from our local Democrat dish rag, the Arizona Republic. I think I read it in junior high or so. I actually tried Googling it, but I couldn't find it, so please forgive me, folks. It consisted of just 3 panels. In the first, an illustration of the Statue of Liberty with a massive sign at her feet that read quite plainly, "Free Speech." In the second, the same illustration, but now the sign has siblings. Accept racist speech, accept homophobic speech, accept insensitive speech, and obscured but still visible, the free speech sign glowers behind them. By the third panel, it's a picket sign pool party. Accept transphobic speech, accept violent speech, accept anti-religious speech, accept pro-religious speech. The free speech sign is thereby invisible, and just above the fray, the Statue of Liberty's torch is sputtering, soon to be extinguished. Investing in the benefits of free speech is like buying a Ninja Turtle box figure, asshole. If you want your Raphael and your Casey Jones, you better not bitch when you get stuck with an April O'Neil or a Ray Fillet, you fuck. And as I said on Twitter, if you've ever wondered why you're the punchline to the joke that is gaming journalism, Polygon, take a deep drag off this bullshit bong. Humor is causing real death. Humor! Jokes! Yucks are uniquely Homo sapien capacity to find the bonds of mortality fucking amusing. Let's see. Humor, fossil fuels, human gender roles. What are you, working down a checklist of everything that delineates us from the fucking apes? I await Kotaku's 5-piece expose on the perils of shitting indoors. Where do we go from sticks and stones to sobfests and circle jerks exactly? And the fact that Google and Disney consider this fucking actionable tells me they'll be seeing a lot less action from my fucking wall at Disney? Taking a stand on anti-Semitism. Have you heard of Walt Disney? This fucker used Zyklon B at his baby shower. If we held you to the same standards you apply to PewDiePie, you'd be bankrupt fucking yesterday. So now, I'm not starting any hashtags, no Donald Duck Quack Lives Matter grandstanding. I'm not buoying any cots, but look, it's one thing for Disney, like a butt sex enthusiast with a coordination problem to continually jam their politics where they don't belong. But if Disney and by extension Marvel have gotten to the point where they're indefatigably telling us what we can and cannot say, I don't think it's unreasonable for me to emphatically state what I will and will not buy, which is to say any more of your fucking bullshit. Anyone who even flips through my channel knows Daredevil is my spirit animal. Fuck, I just bought that Daredevil plushie back there a few days ago before this news dropped, but maybe this week's Daredevil comic is my last for a while. I get that you can't be conscientious about every purchase, and I think it was Saul Starr from the HBO show Deadwood, a Jew, hilariously enough, who said if money had to be cleaned before it was recirculated, we'd still be living in fucking caves. But I ain't looking for pristine Benjamin Franklins any more than I'm looking for Marvel to uphold my every aberrant political view. I'm just looking for you to get your 1-inch wonder out of my free speech poop shoot. I'm Razor Fist God fucking Speed.
They had on Eli Wiesel,
right,
who had written books. His family died in the Holocaust. They asked him, they said, if you could make any wish, what would it be? And he said, I would wish that people wouldn't just stand by. Tragedies and genocide continue to happen because people stand by. And the host puts his hand on Elie Wiesel's knee, and he turns to the camera and goes, and we're going to ask you to stand by while we pray for... And I thought, people called me tasteless. That should be the award for tasteless.